Alright, so it is current. Alright, so. Alright, so. Alright, so you. Alright, so. Alright, so. Alright, so. Alright, so back with the mini bike. We're gonna start with stripping all the cables and wires off because I'm not even sure if I'm gonna put the electric back on. I'll start back here, that way we can get as bare as possible for mounting the engine. Not sure how we're gonna do it yet, but I think for now I'm just gonna do a temporary mount just to get it running, and then later on I'll buy an actual engine plate for it. So first things first, strip everything down. Alright, got the bike mostly stripped down. The headlight is not going to be in the way of the trying to get the motor mounted, so that's as far as I'm going to go. Still have the voltage regulator and the horn. The horn I may need to take off, but I can do that off camera. But the... oh jeez, scratched the shit out of the back of my phone. Oh well. Like I said, I'll end up ordering a plate later on down the road. But for now, what I'm going to do is just take this flat stock, cut it down to the right size, and use that as a mount, and it'll go under here and then bolt to the engine and clamp on here. And I'll cut some little grooves so it can't like slide back and forth. I may even weld it to that. Or I have another one of these bikes that I could, because there's only 4 tacks, 2 on each side. I could take this plate, slide it back, and then weld the other one right next to it. That way, that actually seems like the better thing to do. But then that would be in the way, I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But either way, this is the way I'm going right now. Alright, so I made these blocks that go in between the engine plate and the motor because the motor needs to get higher than these, and this is the perfect height. And then, so these are the right width. So I'm going to just mark it on there, cut 2 of them out, drill holes, and hopefully we can get our engine mounted today. Fingers crossed. So one thing that sucks about being in a 6x10 shed as a shop, now I've got to move the bike back onto the floor so I can put my sander on this little thing and grind the ends of these. So it's a lot of moving stuff around. Not perfect, but it's close enough. Now I gotta drill the holes. Hopefully I have the right size drill bit. This vise, you may have seen in the time lapse, but it's not bolted down right now. I don't have the bolts to put it down. I probably do, but I don't want to do that right now. So this is not gonna be the final place that it lives. So Yeah, I guess another time lapse. Sucks. Like I did. Perfect. Kinda. Oh well. Good enough. I might haul my big ass drill press down here or up here. I'm gonna go do that. Game changer right here. Hopefully. I don't know where the drill chuck is for this. There we go. Nothing out. Put this one in. So much easier. Swap bits. I don't like this. This workbench is too high. I built it just for a shelf for storage. Didn't plan on putting a little micro shop in here, but that's all I have. Don't want to drive 20 minutes when this works just fine. The only thing I can't put in here is a welder. so got the bars made up. Now I've just got to heft the mini bike back onto the table, and then see where these meet up, or bolt them to the bike, and then have fun. Alright, so mini bike is good. Got it on there. It took forever. Got the chain off because the chain's too short. I do have a longer chain that I'm going to be using. Now I just got to figure out, like, oh, I actually need the chain on there to make sure it's straight. Now I just got to figure out engine placement, which actually be easier from the other side. So I gotta spin it around. Alright, so got it spun around. It'll actually be hard for you guys to see what I'm gonna be doing. So the back of my phone is gonna get scratched to shit. Alright, so now I'm gonna put the engine in. The reason why I'm doing it from this side, even though the chain is on the other side, is because the problems are going to be like the carburetor. You can see where when I fit it in, it was getting scratched up. So I just don't want the carburetor just vibrating to hell on that and end up cracking the bowl or something. So I'm going to measure from this side, go around, make sure the chain is straight, and then just kind of mark where everything goes. Alright, got the engine in. Just for perspective, this is the one that's going in there, and this is the one that was in. You can almost put this engine inside that one. So hopefully it'll have a lot more power. So I just got to go put the chain back on and make sure the sprocket, it looks pretty good now. But you gotta make sure the sprocket's in line with the chain, or both sprockets are in line. This is actually not how the chain is gonna be mounted, but it does have to go more to the left, which that's gonna be sticking out. This bike is gonna be pretty uneven. How's that? Hold on, so it's tight. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. It's actually on. Yeah. Let's see where the chain is set. Is that pretty much in the middle? Yeah, so that's good. So now, gotta make sure the engine is squared up with the bike frame. So now, I've actually got to spin it without messing up the engine at all. Actually, let me just say screw it and call it good. But I don't want to do it the wrong way multiple times. So it's actually pretty squared up as it is. Chain is still straight. So you guys probably got a premium view of my forehead. So now just to find the right bolts and this white bucket of bolts here to bolt it on. And then is the exciting part of actually getting the engine running But as of right now, if I were to put the chain on it as it is and just start it up, the bike would take off backwards because these engines are counterclockwise. Like, they spin counterclockwise. In order for this bike, like the tire from this side also has to spin counterclockwise, but the engine spins the wrong way. So I'll draw like something that will explain what I'm gonna do. But I got 2 idler sprockets somewhere on this mess. Here's one. Oh, here's the other one. So what I'm going to do is use these idler sprockets to kind of redirect the chain. And those will also be used as like a chain tensioner, so I won't have the chain falling off. I'm excited to actually get this running. Alexa, pause. Alright, so got the engine temporarily mounted. I think it'll hold, maybe. But as of right now, it's just kind of sandwiched in between these, which the blocks of wood, which should help with vibration, and then I took some flat stock and clamped that. Now I just gotta worry about the idler chain here. So hopefully I can get something figured out with that. I have an idea, but I'll show you guys when it's built. Alright, so about done with this video, but this is not final. I'm gonna get another sprocket, I think, for this, possibly, maybe not. Might just do like a sleeve here on this bolt, but this is how the chain is going to go. The reason why I had to do it like this is because this spins this way and the tire needs to spin this way. So this will actually, instead of pulling the chain around, it'll pull the chain around, but the opposite way. It should work. I just need, with this much chain that close to your legs, it's gonna have to have a chain guard, and I don't have that yet. So, or I haven't made it yet. That's it for part 2 of the mini bike. I hope to see you guys next week. But I'm gonna go in and have some chicken, and next week we'll finalize the chain drive and possibly get it running. So, fingers crossed.